Cruise news time. Well, Carnival Cruise Line embroiled in controversy again, including a controversy about their crew members stealing. Yeah, it's messy. That plus a whole lot more. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lita Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. For your face on a Thursday, the 11th of July, 2024. And man, I'm excited. I'm just 7 days away from making the trip to Port Canaveral to get on board Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship, the Utopia of the Seas. I mean, I'm not getting on the 18th. I'm getting on the 19th. And there's a bunch of people that'll be getting on sooner than that. A big monumental moment today, monumentous moment today as Utopia of the Seas made her way into Port Canaveral for the first time. She arrived over there at one of Florida's most popular cruise ports around 7:30 a.m. The website Florida Today was over there, and here's a peek at their article just so we can look at the picture. Because I wasn't over there. But yeah, Utopia of the Seas has now made her way to Port Canaveral. I believe there's like a shakedown media sailing going on starting Monday, and then the real sailings start on Thursday or Friday next week, on the 19th, whatever day that is, on the 19th. And then I'm on the first two sailings, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get on there and show you guys this cruise ship. Probably a great time to say, make sure you're subscribed if you want to see what's going on with Utopia of the Seas. But it leaves me 7 days to do a lot. I'm getting ready to embark on 21 days of travel. As soon as I get off of Utopia of the Seas, I come home for about 10 hours at home. Then I jump on an airplane, and then I'm gone until the middle of August, essentially. So, yeah, it's the window is closing for me to get ready for this cruise, and I still got to get a haircut, and I still got to. I got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm never, when I'm cruising out of Florida, I don't care. Maybe the day before the cruise, I can throw it all together, but I really need to make a list and get some things done. Fortunately for the cruises, I have all the things booked that I need. Do you know how much the internet was on this longer cruise? $799 just so I can have multiple devices. I made a crazy decision. I decided to, since I already was going to have to spend $799, I went ahead and spent $1,200 so I could get some other, I'll tell you about that some other time. But yeah, craziness. Cruise news story number 2. Big shout out to the first celebrity cruise ship that I ever went on, the Celebrity Equinox. What a cool cruise ship. It's got real grass up on one of the outer decks. It's got a glass blowing studio. And I did some daily vlogs on that cruise ship, the Celebrity Equinox. It was Jenny B and my first celebrity ship. Make sure you check out those vlogs. But they're celebrating their 15th year in service. So sentimental ship for me. My introduction to Celebrity Cruise Line. Big shout out to the Celebrity Equinox celebrating its 15-year anniversary. Happy birthday, Celebrity Equinox. Have you ever been on it? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 3, and I got asked about this one a ton on the live show this past Thursday. Did you hear about the new Disney ship? Did you hear about it? Did you hear? Okay, I've actually researched it now for all of you Disney fanatics out there. Look, I'm an adult fan of Lego. What can I say? I can't be too hard on the Disney adults, but excitingly, there is a company in Japan that is partnering with Disney to add another option for people that are enjoying Disney in Japan, primarily. I think it's called Tokyo Disneyland or Disneyland Tokyo. The Oriental Land Company and Disney have partnered to bring a cruise ship as a supplemental experience to the Japanese market. This new cruise ship will be on the scene in 2029. It's going to be built in the Meyer Werft shipyard, and it will be a sister ship to the Disney Wish. And it's already started to be marketed as a cruise ship for Japanese fans of Disney. Come to the park, but extend your Disney vibe by going on their cruise ship. It will be very similar to the Disney cruise ships that we see here in North America. However, they will tweak it a little bit for the Japanese market. And I tell you what, this would be a great excuse, I would say, for any Disney fan that ever wanted to go to Japan to go do that. The last time I've been to like a Disney park was actually in 2019 when my buddy and I, Don, went over to sail to Japan from China. We spent a few days at Shanghai Disney. So what I know from that experience is that the people in China, they love that Disneyland park. That thing was packed out. And it was, people were excited to be there. We were there on like a big holiday. But yeah, the Japan, the same thing. So Disney fans, are you excited to have this all the time dedicated ship for Japan? Will this get you over there? What do you think? Leave a comment below. Are you ready? We need to transition into controversy. But before we do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. Well, look, one of my favorite things to do is to go to the Mega Rega Facebook page of Carnival brand ambassador John Heald. He is the face of the brand. He is the mouthpiece for Carnival Cruise Line, and he fields all kinds of crazy questions. There's some speculation whether he mixed some of them up. I don't know the inner workings, but regardless, it's a very entertaining place to go. And just perusing it lightly today, I noticed 3 controversies. A controversy about ventilation, a controversy about personal choices, and a controversy about crew members stealing. So let's work through even a 4th one, a controversy about cinema. I forgot about the cinema, not cinnamon, cinema. Let's start with that one. There was a Carnival Cruise customer that wrote in upset that Carnival puts the big screen on the Lido deck. If you've ever been on a Carnival ship or most other modern cruise ships, you'll notice that because of technology and the ubiquitousness, I wish I could say that better, because there's screens everywhere, it's easy for cruise lines to put up big screens on the Lido so that they can display announcements, so that they can promote. That was funny, like when I was on that Norwegian ship, the big screen that they had in the atrium, all it did was run Norwegian commercials. Like we were on some older, smaller ship and they just kept showing you commercials of like the newest ship. And I was like, wow, I sure like to be on that ship. Thanks for reminding me that I'm on this ship with your commercials. But so they announcements, commercials, and they show movies. And there's a consumer out there, a Carnival Cruise passenger that's convinced that the reason that they're showing movies is because they don't want to have live entertainment. And they polled everybody they know. They've talked to the 4 other people that live in their mom's basement, and those are probably just that person's imaginary friends. They talked to all of those people, and those people say that we don't want screens, we want live entertainment. Who wants to watch a movie on a cruise? Which people who are really that upset about other people's cruise choices, it's a wild thing. Why is somebody reading? Why are they watching a movie? Why is that kid playing the Nintendo Switch? Why are they playing? What kind of just touch your nose and mind your business. And look, I don't even know what the response was, because the response in my mind is like, it would be dumb not to have those big screens and to not show movies. The people are always watching the movies, and there's plenty of live entertainment around the cruise ship. That's one of those ones that if I was the John Heald and I had the authority, I'd just say, shut up. How about that? Okay, that's controversy number 1. Controversy number 2, some concerned ex-smoker, now vapor, wrote a very intensive description of why vaping is the redemption for smokers, that smokers are now being freed from the smoking by vaping, and all of that's good. I do believe that is good, that vaping's helping people smoke less. But the reformed smoker / now vapor is upset that vapors can only vape in the smoking areas. And I feel like they feel like that you should be able to vape anywhere. Because, vaping's no big deal. Like ripping a huge cloud of cherry flavored smoke and blowing it all over into people's faces. Why would anybody care about that? Why would anybody care? I don't know. I get it. Like everybody wants to be able to do their thing all over the cruise ship, but sometimes your thing is intrusive to other people's things, and then, you know, they said no. I've been on an elevator where people are ripping vapes, and it's noticeable, it's visible, it's smelly, and I think it is intrusive for other people, right? Yeah, like, I don't know. What you know? What do you think? What do you think about that one? That's controversy number 2. Cruise controversy number 3. There was someone who wrote in complaining that every Carnival cruise cabin was incomplete. It was lacking because they did not have a fan, and that everybody, it's your God-given right as an American. I'm just adding this color to it. They didn't really reference patriotism, but it's in there. It's in the look. We all deserve fans, and a lot of people sleep with fans, and a lot of people cool themselves down with fans. And dag nabbit, every Carnival cruise cabin should have a fan. I polled everybody that I know. I talked to the neighbors. I talked to cruisers, and they all said I don't want a fan. They didn't talk to me. I don't really need a fan in my cabin. I know some people like the fan. I've seen some pretty creative ways that people bring fans on cruise ships, but I think do you really think a corporation should? Here's the thing. Certainly not everybody's going to use a fan. They do give out fans on cruise ships. Do you really think that cruise lines should spend the money and buy a fan? And the person was pretty insulting in their letter, like, and if you're saying it's a cost thing, you're $1 billion. Well, do you know how they got to be $1 billion corporation? By controlling their cost. Why do you have to be so disconnected in your own comment? Like, if they bought everything that everybody said to buy, then they're not going to be $1 billion corporation. The business, do you know how business works? It's a balance. You're giving, the business wants to give the most cost-effective, minimal experience to the customer that makes them smile. Of course, the customer wants everything for the least amount of money, and it's somewhere in that balance, that's where the equilibrium is. I think John told that person too, like, we can't buy a fan for everybody. What do you think? Should all cruise cabins come with fans? And then the final controversy, an accusation of theft. Crew members accused of stealing, and you know what they're being accused of stealing? The ducks, the stupid rubber ducks on the cruise ship. What somebody wrote to John Hill, they basically said, hey, the ducks that are hidden are for cruisers only, and you should tell your crew members to stop stealing the ducks. Now, this duck thing is an unsanctioned thing that the cruise lines allow to happen. Cruisers come on board and they'll hide ducks with cards saying, go to my website or post a picture or whatever. And I've never seen a duck that said, please only be taken by a cruise passenger. I've never seen any prohibition against a crew member collecting ducks. And I guess it makes sense. If there are people out there that like to collect ducks that are cruisers, then why wouldn't there be crew members out there that like to collect ducks? What do you think? Do you think that ducks should be for cruisers only? This unsanctioned thing, should it be for paying passengers only, or should the crew members get to partake in the hide and seek of ducks also? Now, I do have a new Lego video coming out later. Look, I cashed in my retirement. I sold some stocks. I spent $18,000 for one Lego set. That's not true at all. Honestly, I've just done some improvements to the studio here. I've been working on my Lego room at home. I finally inventoried my Lego. If you're interested in what I get up to when I'm not doing this, it's an interesting vlog that way. I would invite you to go check it out. Loca Bricks, LOCABRICKS. And I also will leave a link, and it'll pop up on the screen, one of the Celebrity Equinox vlogs if you want to check our cruise life out that way. Thanks so much for checking out today's episode. It's Tony for Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise News.